Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey, this is the digital asset investor, and the good people of the XRP community are flooding with me with great content. And so I was on Twitter just now, and I'm going to give some credit here. XRP Schlepdog at XRP SHLEPDOG, one of our fellow XRP community members, sent me this, and I guess it's a she. This is a great read and totally echoes all that you have been saying for the longest time. Take a look. So I did take a look, and what I saw was something really amazing. Let me tell you this. This is an article from MarketWatch, and I rarely do it, but I'm about to read you this entire article, and it's not too long, so don't worry. But I'm about to read you this entire article because the guy that wrote this article gets it. He totally gets it. His name is Greg Bell, and he wrote this for MarketWatch. And I want to thank XRP Schlepdog for sending this to me. Go follow. It looks like XRP Schlepdog might just be getting started and needs some followers, so go give her a follow. So here we go with this article, because this, I think Greg Bell may be listening to the Digital Asset Investor, because there's a couple of things in here that it's pretty surreal how on point this guy is. And if anybody that's a Wall Street guy, all of you that are on Wall Street, if you are listening to me right now, you need to let this sink in, and sink in really good, because this is what it's really all about. This is what this is all about. This is what blockchain's about. This is what digital assets is about. This is about the regaining of trust from Wall Street to the people of the world. 2008 was a joke. It was a disaster. It was a mess. And the things that were done to, quote, fix it were a joke too. This is your chance to fix it. And that's what this article is about. And I'm going to read it. It's an opinion article. It says, what can help Americans regain the trust of Wall Street? Blockchain. That was a question mark, and then it says blockchain. Greg Bell says the technology that underpins cryptocurrencies allows for the ultimate transparency and a kind of incorruptibility. Ronald Reagan, I'm reading his article now. Ronald Reagan, when addressing disarmament in the 1980s, made famous the term trust but verify. Today, we find ourselves in a financial disarmament with the U.S. national debt exceeding $21 trillion, the results of decades of financially engineered debt that now serves as a weapon of mass destruction. In my seat as the first investment manager to advise on the cryptocurrency credit market, I regularly look at the decades of past leverage-based innovation in the effort to gauge the risk and benefits of Wall Street's inevitable embrace of blockchain trading. Clearing and settlement systems for natively digital blockchain assets like cryptocurrencies. And then he titles this part, once in a generation opportunity. The nation age of blockchain and cryptocurrencies gives Wall Street a once-in-a-generation opportunity to restore trust in financial institutions that have been battered since 2008, when many of the biggest financial brands nearly caused the world economy to collapse. Since then, trust in financial institutions has improved, but that recovery has stalled. For example, while only 58% of people in the United States trust financial institutions, in 11 of 28 top global markets, including Germany, France, Spain, and the majority of the people distrust banks, according to the Edelman Trust Barometer. In Ireland, 71% of people do not trust their bank. Today, banks have an enormous opportunity to restore trust by leveraging the technology underpinning cryptocurrencies, which in the purest form allows for ultimate transparency and a kind of incorruptibility that has been missing from our modern banking system. Blockchain is a digital ledger in which transactions are recorded in order and publicly in a way that's very difficult to manipulate. To rebuild trust, Wall Street must choose to leverage the technology first and the asset cryptocurrencies second. In doing so, they will reap the transformational benefits of the technology, rather than the relatively small economic gains found through financially leveraging this new digital asset class. Refraining from re-engineering, the key is whether banks can resist the urge to re-engineer cryptocurrencies and in the process blow it. The enthusiasm for blockchain is undeniable. ICE, the owner of the New York Stock Exchange, is forming a new company to develop a regulated Bitcoin market. The Australian Securities Exchange plans to replace its clearinghouse with a blockchain-based system by the end of 2020. And even JP Morgan Chase, whose CEO once called Bitcoin a fraud, is now building a blockchain platform to reduce the origination and settlement costs of issuing and trading securities. Adoption by financial institutions seems inevitable. Given blockchain's ability to lower trading, settlement, and clearing costs and eliminate counterparty risk, financiers will flow to the cheapest cost of capital. One can already see this trend in the rapidly growing ICO market. And then this part is entitled Regaining Trust. Wall Street can use this technology shift to regain trust, but only if it respects the attributes that make blockchain so compelling in the first place: its transparency and trust factor. The smart move is for Wall Street to use the trust that's inherent in the technology itself to bolster its own standing. The challenge for Wall Street executives is to resist seeking out ways to financially engineer tokenized assets, at least until the asset class is firmly established and the markets are mature. Wall Street needs to leverage the technology, not the assets. Anyone who has seen or read The Big Short knows the consequences of Wall Street's financial alchemy as it depicted the perils of synthetic debt securities representing multiples of underlying mortgages. Remember Selena Gomez at the blackjack tables. The sorry lesson of that story is that things can go badly when securities are used in more than one place at once, and when there is a lack of transparency about such things as the liquidity of institutions and risks they take. On blockchain, once any asset is tokenized, it can be verified by anyone with the address of that security. Anyone can see, for example, that a bank has enough liquidity to withstand a run on deposits, and that collateral for loan is where it should be. Crucially, on the blockchain, an asset can only have one single record, meaning it cannot exist in multiple places at the same time, a common form of financial engineering. Where Wall Street to alter this, it could dilute digital scarcity and derail the potential for technology by removing the ability for trust through verification. For the industry to thrive and achieve its full promise, it's important that transactions and assets on the blockchain remain transparent and verifiable. At a later date, once the industry is firmly established, financial engineering by Wall Street could eventually have a place, but not now. If Wall Street can resist that temptation, the end result could be a golden age for banking, where consumers can once again trust their financial institutions. And I say to Greg Bell, thank you for this article. Greg Bell has written a nice piece here. This is what it's all about. And if Wall Street will take a page from Greg Bell, the world is going to change in a good way. And you will once again trust your financial institutions. Nobody wants to be anti-institutions, but the banks and the Wall Street has put us in this place. They've put us in a place where there's this distrust, but it can be fixed. And the answer is blockchain and digital assets. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that I'm the digital asset investor, and I will see you in Liechtenstein, because the world's about to change.